Welcome back to Friday night at FSB Racing Winston Cup action at Pocono Raceway. I'm your host, Sean Reap, and my partner, Milt Minter Jr., is in the booth tonight, but he ran off to grab himself another beer. So, should be an entertaining night. And as always, we should have a great race here tonight at a great historic track. Oops, I've accidentally got the practice times up there. There we go, there's our qualifying times, so you can see how our Winston Cup drivers qualified tonight, and you see Slim Jim Gately on the pole again. You know, stop me if you've heard that one before. And Mark DeSenza right outside him, so there's your 2 points leaders. Going right at it again. Rick Bisconer hanging in there. P3, he's very good at this track. T.G. Reese in the 53 coming back. I haven't seen him in a little bit. Good qualifying effort. And Young Old Farmer rounding out your top 5 in the 2-car. Pops Margison, Ed Fowler, Dan Jones, Ken Hansen, and Jeff Habek round out your top 10. And we got Bill Farmer, John Palmer, Ryan Johnson, and Steve Weber. Dino Francesconi, there in 15th in the 8-car. Brad Otto looking for a good run tonight, starting kind of in the back there in 16th place, but see if he can work his way forward. And sounds like my partner is back at his controls here. I hear you rustling around there, Milty.
Absolutely. Glad to be here. Friday night, Winston Cup, Aero 88. Great battle, great track, Pocono.
The tricky triangle, as they've been marketing it lately.
I would say, except for last week at Riverside, probably one of my favorite tracks here.
This is one of my favorite tracks. I've had some success here over the years, and some heartbreak too, but it's one of those quirky tracks that I've always liked. I was talking with the farmers before about it. Now I know Turn 2 is modeled after Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and Turn 3 is modeled after Milwaukee. Do you remember offhand what Turn 1 was modeled after?
Trenton.
Trenton, I thought so. Trenton, right here in New Jersey.
Yep.
So yeah, it was modeled after 3 tracks that were very important ovals in the history of IndyCar racing, as it was designed, and as such, it's got a unique character everywhere you go around here.
Well, think about this race is cautions are long. It's as big as any super speedway. But the racing is so intense. Every time you got to dial it back up, you got to bring it.
You see some pit road practice there. That's
Absolutely.
Also crucial here.
You better.
You got to come off that turn 3, which is the toughest turn on this track. And it's the key to a good lap, and it's the key to the good entry into the pits, which, again, this being a 2.5-mile track, as Milty alluded to there, it's a 55-mile-per-hour speed limit. Pit stalls that are about the size of a Winnebago, but surprisingly easy to miss. A little bit finicky. Sometimes you can be too far to the left or the right on this one, so gotta watch for that. And then, yeah, pit road speed ends right there immediately at the stalls, and you can merge pretty much right away because there is no apron in turn 1.
Well, show's looking good. Feed's looking good. Let's get it on here.
Yeah, I think I've sorted out the issues we had the last couple weeks with Restream.
Yeah, awesome.
The problem was actually on our network hardware here at the FSB broadcast headquarters, aka my house.
Yeah, just you saying that makes my head hurt. You know? It's like, oh man, that's very difficult. Let's take a look here.
Yeah. So yeah,
Red Slim Jim Gately, after a week off of vacation with family and friends, hope he had a great time up at the river. He's up at the river here on point. That's
yeah, Slim. We say this every week, but Slim's really good here at Pocono. It's a track that rewards patience, and he's certainly a patient driver. And fuel window is about 20 laps here on a normal run. You can stretch it to about 22 if you get real aggressive on the clutching. And how many laps are we looking at here tonight?
80 laps.
Yep, 80 laps, so, you know, this is a 3-stop race if it goes flag to flag.
Well, the thing about Pocono too is, as a driver, better make sure you, you know, relieved yourself before this race because it could get long. You know, if you get a lot of cautions, get a lot of time, and all of a sudden you realize, wow, man, okay. Then you got to bring it again, and those restarts are. You're going to see 4 or 5 wide going down into turn 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's the track should lend itself to long green flag runs, but in the past we've been snake bit here and had caution after caution. We're going to hope for the former. We're going to hope for nice long runs. We want to see some pit strategy come into play. Yeah, so if I have to make a pick for this one, it's hard to bet against Slim, hard to bet against him anywhere, but I'd say that's who I've got in this one, and hopefully Mama Gately gets to tune in tonight and see her boy win one for a change.
Well, it's hard to bet against those two, but that's a pretty easy pick here.
Yeah.
So.
When your surprise winner could be the 43 there, or even the 2 car of Will Farmer, who's just improving every week, and I was even coaching him a little bit about some things about this track, which he has taken to heart, and we'll see if he can make use of them in this race.
Well, you know, that's why he's gotten better, is because you know, you got to be coachable and respect the guys that have been there, done that. I'm going to look at that 007 car.
Dan Jones, my teammate.
Dan Jones. That's going to be my pick. So, the kiss of death from Melty.
Yeah, Dan's great at tracks like this. He'll tell you that he's not, but he is. It's a patience thing.
He's humble. You get on the track with him, and then he's a ruthless.
He's a calm, calculating driver. And again, let's hope patience rules the day as breast cancer awareness pace car is off. Thanks again to Ed Finley for that, and we're about to go green.
Well, you expect the teammates here to get in line, and everybody get in line and get some laps down here.
Absolutely. Now, if you're hoping to make this on fuel strategy, you start it right now. Because it's about 18 laps running all out. It's about 20 laps if you just, you know, be a little more conservative on the shifting.
Whoa,
anything beyond that, you got to clutch.
All over the back of the 43. And the 2 now over DG going through the tunnel corner. Tunnel turn. Most guys, 4th gear down to 3rd here. Or stay in 4th.
Yeah, most people are going to shift into 3rd gear in turn 3. And
depends. Fuel saving is you stay in 4th.
Yeah, if you're extreme fuel saving, you're going to stay in 4th in turn 3. Most of your faster laps are going to be wanting to shift in turns 1. Yep, you see 23 and the 3 definitely shifted there. Shift down in turn 1. Keep it in 3rd and 4th through the tunnel turn.
Thing is, when you do shifting, you have to remember what gear you're in when you exit the tunnel turn. Because if you think you're in 4th, you'll go down to 2nd and wreck the car.
Yeah, I've seen many a person accidentally downshift to 2nd gear in turn 3.
My hands
It
waved.
does not, it
That's
does
me.
not work. Well, I heard some skidding there. Looks like everybody's okay.
Every line here, every corner, there's multiple lines. There's arcing lines, and then later in the run, there's more of it. You want to work that very bottom as tire wear comes. You can start to work the bottom, especially in turn 1 and your entry in turn 3.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about that earlier, yeah, before the race started. I'm having a little bit of trouble with my ticker here, so I'm gonna have to fix that. Before the race started, we were talking about this with Will and Bill Farmer, how everybody runs this place different, and that's what can kind of contribute to some of the caution flag issues we have here at times. Yeah,
oh boy, car into the wall, and they're wrecking behind him.
Pops
that
and
was
Ken
Will
Hansen.
Farmer in the wall, and Steve Weber. I don't know if he was slowing down. I don't know what the heck happened there, but he's around. And the 80 of Ed Finley is around. Steve Weber, major damage. Ed Finley, the Smoking and the Bandit paint job there. If it's the last thing I do, I'm going to get that bandit.
Well, here's what happened here.
Hold my hat, Junior.
Like Pops got in there and just
Pops.
a little tap from Ken Hansen, and yeah, Steve Weber slides into his teammate Pops.
Well, Pops was reacting to the car to Will Farmer crashing in front of him, and the 9 didn't react as fast. Pops was slowing down, and unfortunately, Ken Hansen got in the back of him. He realized too late he didn't have the vision.
I see now. Will tried to get in there under the 53.
He never got. By the time he saw it, it was too late. He slowed down as soon as he could, but being behind Pops saw it too, and Will just lost it all by himself there, and that's Pocono, man. Especially with cold tires, it really can grab you. Turn 3 is you want to get down low there, but really hard to judge your speed there. Doris Cayley in the house cheering for Slim Jim tonight. We need to win, and actually you do, and you know, that's what we're talking about here. And Slim Jim Gately brings him down pit road, 55 miles an hour down into the stall number 1. Step yourself into a Slim Jim.
Oh, I forgot to load the multi counter tonight. Oh well.
Oh well. We'll keep counting them off anyway.
There you go.
Damn young, quick pit stop. Maybe 2 tires for the boss man.
Yeah,
there.
with so few laps on the tires, that's not a bad call. And the lefts don't wear all that much here.
You know, when you look at the physics of the track and tire wear, it's very similar. You know, the big boys, the real people, they look at Pocono and Indy the same way, which are both cheese graters. So tire wear is an issue, but like you said, just a few laps there, maybe some track position. Oh, some contact under caution with the 9 and the 59 of Ryan Johnson.
Oops.
Brothers Body and Paint there, or close call. I didn't actually see the contact, so I'm not sure. You know, the pace car driver is Johnny Rutherford. He's pretty long of tooth here, so he's a little slow.
Yeah, he's been around a while.
Yeah, great driver, of course, obviously. As we sort out here, we'll have to see how this works out. Tough luck for Pops there. And really nothing wrong with him or the 9 there. It's just your field of vision. Pops side first and got it woed down like he's supposed to do. And then just saw it a split second later, and it was just wasn't going to happen.
Yep, I've fixed the standings now. We should be seeing the ticker running properly. I just forgot to change the URL in the browser input after the server crash on Tuesday.
Well, P1 and P2 formerly, Slim Jim and Mark DeCinza back at 6th and 7th place, so cars staying out. Going to make it interesting. Jeff Havoc in the 101 tower gets some fan base out there all the time watching him.
Yes, we got John Palmer, the dog, in the 108 up front with your pick, Dan Jones, riding P2 right now.
Yeah, not sure what Dan did here.
He must have stayed out.
Very, like you said, methodical. I used the words, well, I can't remember what those words were, but, it was, beast. Yeah, that's what it, but he's actually a very calm beast,
That's what you have to be. It's always about controlled aggression, especially on a long race like this. 80 laps, Pocono, 2.5 mile track. You can get yourself knocked out of the draft, or tear up the right side of the car. That's not gonna hurt you. Not gonna help your night. Do that early on.
Bill Farmer up to P3 here as dog peels off. Like he was just leading the lap here.
Yeah, I'm thinking our front 3 right now all stayed out.
Good move for Bill Farmer, I think, here.
I got some cars diving in from the back to top off. Perhaps not a bad move.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuel's always an issue. Whether it's track position, having more fuel than the other guy, or just having less fuel to fill on the next stop, gives you track position. And you can see how long these under caution.
Yeah, these caution flags are brutal. So let's think green thoughts tonight, boys. Don't want to do more of this.
It's also the status quo for Pocono, because the guys that can refocus and bring it again with fresh tires, no tires. You nail this track. Keep track position like these guys are. He's in P1 now. I think Bill likes where he's at right now. If I was following Dan Jones, which I've raced against him a lot, I would try to just see what he do. And like the great ones like Matt Watkins, Rick Johnson, Kevin Lewis, Damon Godstilla, Slim Jim Gately, all those guys, you watch And these guys in this league here. Watch how they approach things.
Green
You know?
flag back in the air.
Great thing about this league too is they're willing to help, willing to work with you, like you were talking about working with Will. You know.
And Slim Jim holding his Sunday classes on the upcoming track every week. Alright, nice clean restart here. And Bill Farmer's looking racy. He's looking for a way around the 007 there. Oop, got the 101 of Jeff Habak getting a little bit of wall there. That'll allow the 23 and the 3 to, man, not only get under him, but they got a big run on the 06 of Bill Farmer. And looks like they're all going to file underneath.
Bill here, and he's taking a look.
Ooh, Sam Young in the 98 gets a piece of the wall coming off 3. Looks like he gathered it back up and didn't catch anybody out.
The classic pass in turn 1, but the guys behind him really charged up on him. That's a great move by Bill Farmer there.
Absolutely.
You dictate that. Obviously, you got to slow it down on the inside there, but if they're going to take your line, they have to back it off.
I mean, well, that just allowed a big old freight train to get underneath the 007, and they're still coming. As T.G. Reese is taking a look, looks like he'll think better of it though and back off into 3.
Well, Bill way up on the outside line, coming out of 3 there. Great run there. That's scary territory as a driver for me. Late downshift by Bill there. That's definitely the way you do it. But a huge run by Slim here.
Yeah, you can't downshift going into one. You'll wheel hop it and just go right around.
Absolutely. You got to get the revs down and use the brakes. And then at the right time, downshift that motor where your revs aren't high, where it yanks those rear tires.
There's a much narrower power band on these truck physics than on the Cup ones. So it's all about the RPMs, not necessarily waiting for that blinky light to shift around here.
Absolutely. Slim just dogging the 06 here. Great job by Bill here, though.
Man, Sam Young is just dropping out like he's got a parachute out. He must have done a ton of right side damage to that car.
Bill learned that lap there. Took it in a little bit farther, got a little bit more comfortable. Thing is, when you're leading like this, you got these great drivers behind you. You have to focus on your line. Yeah, you know, if you make a mistake, they're definitely going to hit you. If you execute, they're not going to hit you. If they do, they're going to overdrive the corner. Eyes planted on the track.
Ooh, 53 gets loose. Oh, and the 9 is around. And into the pits. Whew. That was an interesting turn of events. See if I can bring that up on rewind here.
The teammates looking at each other, but they can't really go anywhere. Trying to get some air on the nose. Mark DeCizza goes low on Slim there, but then gets back in line for the draft.
So you'll see here on the replay, looks like 53 got a little loose on the high side of turn 3, gathered it up, but in response to that, the 09 goes sideways and has to drive it down pit road at 55, and that's really gonna hurt his chances tonight.
Bill gets wide there, and he gets zinged by Slim and Mark DeCizza. gather it up there. Could be the tires are already starting to show. It ain't easy having dudes behind you like these guys, you know. Your heart rate is pumping and your adrenaline is going. No, it's just a simulation, but I guarantee you, if you get into this and do well, that's the feeling you get beyond the cockpit.
Something's happened to Will Farmer in the 2 as well. He's fallen back to 19th place and lost the draft. And even though we do a lot of braking and shifting around here, the draft is very important because of the high speeds on these straightaways.
Absolutely.
So he's just going to keep falling further and further back. He really needs a caution.
Dan Jones, definitely a few more laps on his tires, but what he's doing is just playing right now and saving tires and saving fuel and trying to stay in this top 5 right here. He likes to strike when you don't think he's going to strike.
You know, Bill Farmer hanging tough there in 3rd place. Excellent run so far for him.
Yeah,
Rick
that's
Pisconer, my dark horse pick, hanging on in 4th place.
Yep. When you miss a corner, and plus you've stayed out, these guys got...
Caution is out. Caution is out.
And that's exactly what Bill wanted there. Got good track position, and now he's on... Everybody's going to have to pit now. If you sit out, you're a sitting duck. So now he's got track position, and he needs to execute. That was great work from that 06 team there. Come on, Johnny. Johnny Rutherford, wow, legend.
And again, I found our caution. It's the 101 of Jeff Habak in turn 3. Just comes around on him right in front of Pops. And you see the cars all get by without much incident. I mean, the 8 of Dino Francesconi has to take to the grass, but otherwise no harm, no foul.
Well, I would say Jeff was a little too low in the center of the corner. When you look at turn 3, if you're going to run the low line, you need to kind of get right down on the bottom, but then you need to kind of drift up and let the car roll through the center, and then you want to clip that inside curb coming out of turn 3. If you're going to use that low line, I think he just had too much speed for the line, and then the car got loose on him on the center there. He's just, started sim racing, so claims towers. He does shit that I would never.
Yeah, and he's gonna. I think
that I would never do.
Well, he's gonna be on the sidelines soon too for his surgery on that shoulder. But he's also racing with a bad wing.
Oh, this is pro sim racing.
Yeah,
these guys are good.
It's not easy.
He's hung in there and had a great attitude, and everybody loves him, and he's working it, and learning, and a lot of guys, I mean, I want to win or I'm going to quit. He's not that type of guy, obviously, and I respect the heck out of that. And we've all been through that coming up in sim racing. I mean, definitely get the reality of I don't work at this. Me, it was different. When FSB started, I was the man. I just kicked everybody's butts easy. And then all of a sudden, as the league grew, I started losing, and I couldn't. And then pretty soon, I went like a year or two winning is like, what do you get out of this? Do you have to win to have fun, or is it about the competition? And myself, I embrace the competition and realize that I'm not as good as I think I am.
Yeah,
In
I
fact,
have
I
a
suck
lot of
because I just got the crap kicked out of me.
got to give props to the folks who keep at it. Even if they're not finding the success that you might
It's
want
easy to
yourself.
be a winner, I mean,
Yeah. Like I don't know if I could keep doing this if I didn't feel like I had at least an outside shot.
well, that's funny because as my sim racing career at 15 years, and what I do now when I race, I'm just a guy out there, I mean, I got trophies all over my room, but I'll probably never win. I'll be lucky if I win another race, but I still love the competition. I still get out
Absolutely.
there and run laps and try to, if I run a 24-hour race or something, I want to do my stint and bring the car back in one piece and hand it off to somebody who's faster.
Meanwhile, we've got a little insight into what happened to Will Farmer to get him back there. I'm guessing first of all, while pitting, he puts up in the chat there, my rear end is a frowny face. And he's not kidding.
Yeah, no,
Back end's busted up,
absolutely.
that spoiler is bent, so I'm guessing he got a little loose and backed it into the wall.
Well, he obviously
Without
had
bringing out a caution, and
Sorry.
that's what's got him back there.
Yeah, I mean, he had damage already, so.
A damaged car at Pocono makes for a long night. Yeah, absolutely. Rusty Buttons throws in the comment there from YouTube, and no shame in a great battle for fifth. And yes, I should amend my statement. If I don't feel like I can compete at some level, I don't know if I could keep doing it. Yeah, I don't think I could run if I knew I was going to be last and laps down every week. But
Yeah,
as long as there's someone at my level that I can have a rivalry with, try to compete with week in week out, some position to race for. That's all we need.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, when I came back to it in 2015, I didn't know how I was gonna do. I had no idea. I hadn't raced since 2011, and before that, it had been 5 years prior to that. In 2011 didn't work out because I had no sleep because the kids were just babies. But yeah, I had no intentions of no delusions of grandeur really. I know I was quite fortunate to be in the position to have some of the runs that I've had. But if I didn't at least feel, like I wasn't in the way, I don't know if I could have kept doing it. And meanwhile, things have cycled through, and once again we've got the 23 and the 3 up front with the big cactus, Steve Weber, right up front.
Well, Steve slid into that melee, and I remember looking at his car. He had a lot of damage. That pit crew, hopefully they did some work there, but got to feel that car is going to be on edge.
And back to the competition thing too, the Super Speedway series on Tuesday nights is great for that. And people who might not have as much of a chance on at a Martinsville or Pocono or Sonoma, road course racing, you may find it a natural thing, but a lot of us here struggle with it, myself included. That Riverside kicked my butt last Tuesday night. But Super Speedway is the great equalizer around here, and so if you want to come out and try that on Tuesday nights, that's a good way to dip your toes in it if you're looking to either get into sim racing or get back into it, because we kind of work it in reverse here in the sim racing world. real racers come up through the short tracks. There's and learn the basics there, where as sim racers we seem to handle the faster tracks better and have to work backwards and learn how to run your short tracks and your road courses and such.
Absolutely. Elaborate more on that. Pace car lights are off.
They're about to go back to green at this not quite super speedway.
Tricky triangle.
Let's go in car with Slim Jim while we take this green flag.
Well, Slim Jim Gately. If you talk about the top 5 that's ever raced at FSB in 15 years of this league's existence, you cannot say anything without putting this guy's name in that list.
And he is looking to eat up that 83 car. One lap, heading into turn 3.
Yeah,
Slim
Webb's
Jim
damage,
to the point.
Webb's a Winston Cup champion. He's a great finisher and a great knowledge of racing. He knows. He's looking for track position and the best finish, He's going to let these guys go by. I hope he gets a caution, maybe, Now you look at that cockpit view. You got Mark DeCenza there. Nice third gear, about a third away through the corner. He gets down to the third. Gets a great run coming up right against the wall. That's the line I like. This is scary coming in here. Just breezing the brake. Right there. Still 4th gear.
If that, I usually just crack the throttle and ride about halfway through there.
You may be able to go flat out. It almost sounds like it. Down to 3rd gear, same, about a third through the corner when the revs were down. Great line coming out. Right up against the wall. Smooth as a baby's bottom there. Coming to turn 1 here. This is scary too. 180 plus miles an hour.
Thank goodness we don't have brake failures here in NASCAR 2003, because that is where some of the biggest, scariest wrecks in NASCAR history have happened. Jeff Gordon lost his brakes going in there. Greg Sachs and Lake Speed had a nasty wreck there in '89, I believe it was. We had just Bubba Wallace just this year lost his brakes going in there. Hard hit. Took a long time for him to drop the window net.
Was that qualifying or?
That was during the race.
Okay.
And we got some more check-ins here in the chat. We got Richard Jones. Good evening. Checking in from Facebook. Rusty Buttons says he ran FSB from 2011 to 2013 before moving on to iRacing. Well, we'd certainly welcome you back anytime if you just want to drop Sam an email. It's still fun over here, man. Yeah, Richard Jones says they're making it look easy, and yes, they are. We're riding with one of the best right now.
You see his line, it's just like the last lap you saw. Like a machine.
Now you notice these two have started to put a bit of distance. On the field here.
Driving in hard, then lifting right to the center, right out to the wall. You can see that wall, you're not going to look at it, you feel it. Downshift right below the line. See how he kind of arcs out? Right out to the wall. That's the perfect line. Awesome. That's the man right there. Step yourself into a slim jam.
And hey, the guy
beat him.
The guy in his draft right now is no slouch either. Mark DeRocket DeCenza.
Well, wait a minute. He's right on his
right on his 6 there. And that could be the place to be if there's any question about how much fuel you want to use from here out. You can just crack the throttle a little bit and hang out behind the car in front of you. Yeah, going down these straightaways, save a little bit extra. Shift a little bit earlier.
Well, I used to think, well, it's too early. What the heck should I think about fuel?
Let me tell you what, from experience, having won at this track 4 times at FSB,
exactly. You better start
the time to start thinking about fuel mileage is when the green flag drops, whether it's lap 1 or lap 20. Or if it's lap, anything with more than 20 to go in this race, you gotta think fuel. Because if you can even make the difference between taking a can and a can and a half on the final stop, that could be the race right there.
Matt Watkins sitting there, having a glass of wine or something, going, "Yep." Look, that's why I got my 400 wins.
Richard Jones,
Bill Farmer here, just really looking strong, even though he's not keeping up with the leaders.
Well, he's keeping up. He's in their draft. He's only 1.4 back, 1.3 now, so he's in there.
That's what you need, The second group right here needs to group up. Steve Weber is damaged, so but he can still help. But definitely, 53 needs to get around him.
Well, 53's hit the wall a couple times, and just there again, he scraped a little more off that right side. Now, I was about to say, Richard Jones checking in there from Facebook says he's a friend of Ed Fowler. And I should mention, something I learned from Ed Fowler before the race is Ed has retired. He decided to pull the trigger, pull the plug, whatever you want to say, and he has retired from the sheriff's department out there in Missouri. So congratulations on I think you said 28-year career in law enforcement.
Oh, heck
As
yeah.
we got the 3 car of Mark DeCenzo looking under 23, they'll just swap the lead.
Your service, bud.
Yeah, thank you, Ed, and man, we expect you to race a whole lot more, man. Got no excuse. I think Ed's gonna probably concentrate on racing and flying now, because he's also a licensed pilot.
Wow. There's so many exceptional individuals in this league. Well, they coexist well and race well and have a great time and compete at the highest level. Steve Weber, really, I could swear that that car looked like it was Volkswagen there for a while.
It's got some interesting angles to it now. I'd say it's yeah, I see a gap in the fender, so when you're tucked in the middle in a draft like this, you can keep up for a while,
helps,
but the tire wear is going to start piling up, and if he gets to the back of this pack, that's where he doesn't want to be, and that's where he's going to start losing ground.
Dave Simons all over the back of Ryan Johnson. They're too wide going into turn 3 here. Simons way up. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Way up in the marbles and holding on to it as
Bojangles.
Ed Fowler looking to go with Ryan Johnson
great
down the front stretch.
By Ed Fowler. Mr. Bojangles dance.
A lot of jockeying
nice
around
pass.
on the front stretch.
Great action there. Good driving by all guys there.
Yeah, you see that front straightaway is pretty much a runway there for Mr. Fowler as he advances position, taking advantage there and pulling his teammate Will Farmer around, maybe not, down the Long Pond straightaway.
Well, Dog just saw all that stuff happening, so now he needs to get back in line, stay with this group. This is still definitely a top 10 group.
I think a few of the cars in this pack have some damage. I think Ryan Johnson had some contact in one of the earlier wrecks. Will Farmer's definitely smacked that car up a little bit. And they're falling pretty far off the pace. What is Ryan doing?
Whoa, boy!
I don't agree with that.
Yeah!
I don't agree with that maneuver. That's using.
On TV. Well, we want some swag here, man. You know, get some, guys.
I don't think it's the time for that, and I don't see how that's helping Ryan right there.
Well, you know, because you're a smart guy. You know, I mean.
Well, so's Ryan.
I'm an emotional guy. Put on a show here, boys.
Meanwhile, Bill Farmer.
Around the outside, Will taking a look there. These guys are, you know, I mean, their heart rates are pumping. Oh, way up against the wall is Ryan Johnson. He's got a little scrapage there, I'm pretty sure. Gonna lose momentum. Here goes Dave Simons. He's gonna block low, which, you know, he's picking a line. That's racing. Pass me high. Let's see what happens going into turn one. Not much of a scrape because Ryan Johnson just kept his foot in it. He ain't messing around here. Great stuff.
You know what? I think I might have figured out what's going on with Ryan. Let me get on his car here. Let's listen. Tell me if you think he's shifting here. I think he lost third gear.
Take a look. Cockpit. Now he's feathering the gas. Staying in fourth. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's either... I think he's lost third gear and he's dropping down so that if they get a run, they can go around him. He's not actually trying to defend. He's trying to get out of the way.
Well, he's breaking the draft, so... And he's... You know, different cars in this league, there's all kinds of mods, and, you know, Pro Cup cars have, you know, 100 horsepower more than these, or somewhere around there. Fourth gear, you could run this whole track in fourth gear and set up certain setups, but what he's doing right now, staying in fourth, he's definitely not shifting.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a strategy call on fuel or if he's lost third gear, but he is not shifting as Will Farmer works his way around Dave Simons there. So the 2 passes the O2, and again, 59 down to the bottom.
It's working for him. So, I mean, I'm going to lay down and let everybody pass me. Heck no, I'm working it.
Well, we'll see if he's got something up his sleeve when this is all said and done.
In the past, in my experience, that hasn't worked. But it's working right now. So you learn, you know, a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
Well, it helps that everyone behind him, I think, has got some kind of front-end damage. So if you can stick their noses out into the air, it'll slow him down. Now, if he knows that or not, if that's what he's doing, I really don't know.
That car is really strong still. Definitely pushed in. Bill Farmer hanging on. This group behind him of 3 cars could catch him and come a force with these 2 studs up here. Slim Jim Gately taking a look and making the pass on Mark DeCenza. They go back and forth.
For a little while, Bill Farmer had caught back up to them. Then he fell back again while we were watching this 59 and 2 car battle here.
Every guy out here is a pro racer. I mean, these guys are good, and these 2 guys are really handed it to them right here. It is what it is.
Looks like the O2 will take his spot back from the 2.
Last lap, You see huge degradation here at this track. Last lap, Mark DeCenza 57.298. Best lap 56.077, and that's in the draft with a lot of cars. So that's well into 3/4 of the way of your tire run. Ideally, you'd like to go 6 more miles. Miles, laps, and get to that even number. Let's take a look here. We got Ryan Johnson pitting. They're not going to make it. Everybody's pitting right now. We got pit stops, green flag stops. There we go. These are man. I'm telling you. Oh, Mark, they both lock him up.
Well, that puts us at 46 to go.
That's some serious stuff right there. That gets your attention. Cars locking them up behind. Second group of cars.
So if somebody can go 23 laps twice, they can go the distance on fuel from here.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I think if you're out of the draft, you got nothing to lose. I say go for it. The other strategy to do here is do 2 20-lap runs and then a half-can stop to get you to the finish. And
the rest of the cars, those were not lead cars behind them. That was, top 15 cars. So that other group is trying to stretch it here. Good move. Act and react here. Stay out, maybe get a caution.
Yeah, Dave Simons is still out there. Should pick up the lead this time by.
Go.
No, lead's being shown as Steve Weber this time by.
Nobody else though. Nothing on the chat right now on the scanner. The 02, Steve Weber at 83. 53 is pitting. 108. Still not that lead group.
Will Farmer back down pit road. I think he got a penalty.
Wow. This stuff is hard, man.
It is. I'm like, Ken Hansen swinging way out there, coming out of his pit stop.
If you don't like, a challenge, then you probably should play tiddlywinks, Hard.
Yeah, that was definitely a pass-through for the 2 car.
Sam Young. Pitting. What is Evan Castle? Okay, Evan Castle, the 55 is pitting.
Well, he just pitted. Is he pitting again? Here comes Sam Young to pit road, and from
out of 15th place, he's not pitting, so maybe that was already his pit there. Solid year for Evan, running in that top 10 all year with a gaggle of guys just beating and banging and fighting each other. Great stuff, I'm sure they've had a blast, and
Brad Otto has shown us the leader.
Brad hasn't pit there. 1, 2, 3, 4. United States Marine Corps.
There he is, the 31 Marines, Monte Carlo.
From my hometown, Fresno, California.
Oh my goodness. He's still out there. He pits this time by. He can make it on 1 stop from here.
Absolutely. Come on, son.
This could be the move of the night if he doesn't lose too much time saving that much fuel.
it is his option, and as a U.S. Marine retired, he's definitely used to having to make quick decisions, and he's done that. Down pit road.
And then, once again, you'll see Slim Jim Gately and Mark DeCenza will re-inherit the lead. So yeah, one to watch tonight as we go forward, and if this goes green to the finish, we may have just seen Brad Otto steal one.
How do they sort out here? Brad Otto leaves out of P1, entering track here right as the 8 of Tito Francesconi goes by. Brother Dan was practicing tonight. Goni.com, check it out. Amazing people right down from the street from me, actually. Well, about 20 miles, Madera, California.
Right. That time by it should have been Slim recapturing the lead there. Yes, that's what I'm showing.
You know, he builds things like I do. Yeah, construction worker.
Nice.
My boy Dan Jones in 11th, working on Hoffs Markson for 10th. So much going on, but really didn't see what happened. We're just seeing the brutal pace of the leaders right now. Hoff's taking a look at Ed Fowler. Ed takes a nice wing line through turn 2 there. He's got Dog, and this is for position.
Well, got
These
a
guys
three-car
are
battle.
battling all over the place.
Three-car battle there with the 83, the 43, and the 06.
Have these pro racers put on a show? What, 2 cautions so far? I'm
Yep.
not sure.
Yeah,
Wow,
just
I got it
2.
right. My sponsor, Budweiser's kicking in pretty good here. So.
Very nice. Well, I'm going to hand it over to you for just a minute while I step aside, and I'll be right back.
Well, we got the split screen here. We got, oh boy. And I'm looking at another view. Ryan Johnson almost tanks it there. Great job stabbing the brakes. But now he's got John Palmer and Ed Fowler closing in. Looking at the lead here, it's these 2 guys that did just the class of the field. Working together, playing together, working towards that last stop here. Definitely, if this goes green, it's going to be the last stop. But, you know, I mean, if I was 6'10", I'd be in the NBA, you know. You never know what's going to happen here. That battle with Steve Weber, Rick Biscotter, and Bill Farmer is getting hairy here. What they gonna do?
I think they should just cruise where they are and try and make up any ground they can, which is easier said than done when you got, you know, these 2 up front just setting a torrid pace.
Just can't say enough about Steve Weber. With that damage, the damage model of this simulation is It varies sometimes, but definitely the look I saw in his car, I had no idea. I pretty much thought he was done, and
Well, even in the real thing, we've seen some ugly cars win at some aero-dependent tracks. I seem to remember Dale Jr. winning at Talladega with a car that was literally held together with duct tape.
absolutely.
That's back when they could still
And
use
Steve
big old
definitely
sheets
knows
of
how
it.
to drive, Winston Cup champion, and
He beat Ed Kerstetter for that championship, and
yeah,
he never won a race that season. He just had the good, consistent finishes and showed up every week.
that guy was
got his
pretty
business
good.
done. Yeah, Kerstetter was, he was definitely alien level good as he got the 3 car once again, looking low and deciding better of it. Yeah, Kerstetter was, he was fast. And I'm proud to say my first ever Cup win came against him. He was second. It was here at Pocono in the FSB Cup before he got moved up to pro, and I just I out pit strategized, beat him in the pits basically. Because I sure as heck couldn't outrun him. Yeah, 3-car group we were following has turned into a 4-car group again as we got the 53 reeling them back in.
Great run for TG. Got to be really happy with this, and he wants to make it a little better here. Takes patience. Slowly reeling him in, hitting your marks, and sucking up that draft. Oh boy, and car up against the wall there. A hard lick for Bill Farmer.
Oops, wrong
That
key.
definitely brings TG into the fold here.
Yeah, and that right side damage isn't going to do him any favors. Bill Farmer, that is, not going to do him any favors on these long straightaways or the high-speed corners.
Good recovery here, though. You can take a little, banging as long as it's not rubbing up against the tire there. But fortunately, in this sim, that doesn't happen. So all over his tail. PG looking down low there. Can't make the pass. Has to back out. Gotta work it. Bill getting the draft still, so needs to get by here and stay with that lead draft if he can, but depending on how much damage Bill has.
And this second
Good
pack, by the way,
racing for these guys all night. All we've seen is good, intense, battling, clean, hard racing at nearly 200 miles an hour.
I was gonna say this second group has actually knocked a little. Well, they had knocked some time off. They lost it right back again. Still holding around 9 seconds back.
If you want to get yourself a simulator and race and do it cheaply, and FSB is for you. Love NASCAR and let's get some. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, this league is designed for racers of all skill levels, all experience, all walks of life, all across North America, sometimes even Brazil. We've had a few Brazilian drivers pass through here. As you've got a stable internet connection, that's pretty much all you need.
I've got my butt whipped by a few of them.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, with this game being 15 years old, it really just takes a good internet connection. As you see, 53 finally gets around the 06 there, going through the tunnel turn.
Gotta start thinking about pit stops here. What are they gonna do? They're gonna break it in half here?
Well, they came in at lap 34, at least the first cars to pit did. So, if they go 20 laps, you expect to see them at 54. If they go 18 laps, you're going to expect to see them at 52.
Oh, it's getting real close here.
Actually, if you go 18 laps running all out, you go 52, then you go 70, then you take one can on the last stop, and you're good to go to the finish.
Race smells like green, and as a driver, you always think you got to be your crew chief too. You always think worst case scenario, which is green flag, or best case scenario, depending on where you're at.
Now, checking the standings here. Brad Otto, he's still on the lead lap, and still on pace to just make that one stop.
He's a smart guy, and years ago, FSB's been around for 15 years, and all of us got together back in the day as California guys, and he was like my designated driver, from Troy Knowles' house to back to the motel, which was a good thing because me and Jim were both drunk,
I can't imagine
right
that,
now.
Melty. I'm just having trouble picturing that.
But we knew Brad Otto was our driver. We were okay, He'd get me to my room, I'm gonna step away for a minute. I'll be right back.
This Milty break brought to you by Budweiser. Meanwhile, we got the 53 on the move, taking a look under the 43 coming out of turn 1. Backs off it for the Long Pond straightaway, thinking better of. And these leaders, they just continue to extend their lead. Now they're up to 10 seconds on the second pack. The second pack's got to do something if they want to have a shot at it. They got to either hope somebody makes a mistake in these front two on the pit stops, or I don't know, one of these guys, if they're on an alternative strategy or not. I lost track of who pitted when in this group, rather. Here we are at lap 53, so we're in that window I talked about where if you want to make it one full stop and then a half can stop, this is the place to do it from. I'm sorry, a one can stop for the second stop. As we have our leaders on pit road. 23 and the 3 coming in, smoking them. Senza gets loose there. Hope he didn't speed. That's been his Achilles heel before. And the second pack is pitting right alongside them. So they're hoping they can make up that time on pit road. So lap 54, that gives us 26 to go. Nobody pitting now can make it to the finish. That should also hand the lead to, looks like TG Reese stayed out. Oh, Slim got all kinds of out of shape coming out of pit road there, and that's the mistake that second pack needed. That's what they needed to close this gap. And, you know, 43, Rick Mosconer's just licking his chops, seeing Slim chase that car all over the track.
Well, that just shows you how hard it is. He's done 1 million of those, and
yeah, so Mark DeSenza is checked out there. Slim Jim Gately, I bet he's going to try and pick up Steve Weber and the 43 of Rick Mosconer. And that's how he's going to have to make that gap up.
well, you know, I mean, I've raced against Mark for 15 years staying there, you know, and he was always so talented, you know, and thing is now is he's picking up that execution on the pit stops, and when you mirror that with his brutal speed, as Slim Jim's trying to get around a lap car, I think here.
Yeah, he was going around the 8 of Dino Francesconi. Dino's actually shown in 4th place currently, so Dino just hasn't pitted yet.
Down pit road.
Yeah, TG stayed out to get the lead.
He's gonna have better tires here. I mean, what a show, man! What a show these guys are putting on.
Dave Simons hits pit road from P2. Actually, that should get him the lead as he crosses the line there.
Did Pops Margison just drive through pit road? Maybe a penalty for.
I think he did have a penalty there.
Pops, yeah.
Dino hitting pit road now from position 4. And this should cycle around.
If you say who's one of
who's
your
that
favorite
man?
people,
Brad Otto.
Him, but also Pops, man. I mean, I just Pops is just such a cool dude, and one of the oldest guys, if not the oldest guys in this league, and he just rolls along and.
From what I understand, he's not the oldest guy around here, but he's one of them. But he's definitely the oldest Jim.
Definitely older than I am.
When there was a bunch of Jims, they all took on nicknames. So Jim Ray got to still be Jim. That's how Slim became Slim. Pinky became Pinky. Yeah, Jim Margison became Pops Margison. Yeah, the nicknames got handed out.
Well, Pops, you know, that was definitely from his son Toby that raced in this league. Very young man, you know, compared to me. You know, Pop's so proud of his son, working hard, and he was a heck of a driver. But he would just call him Pops in the when we'd be talking on TeamSpeak, you know.
Meanwhile, Slim Jim.
Pops.
Slim Jim caught right back up to Mark DeSenza, so I don't know if Mark slowed up for him or there's just that little bit of time drafting with the 8 car helped him. But he's right there again, so. But on that round of pit stops, the second group, they made up a huge chunk. Rick Bisconer, Steve Weber, they're now 5.7 seconds back. It's a better position than they were in. Oh, we're still showing Mark DeSenza in the lead. So where's the 31 cycling to? 31 is in 13th place, but not a lap down still. Because if he pits here on lap 60, he's going to go to the finish.
Exactly.
That's why I'm still following him, even though he didn't end up inheriting the lead.
1, 2, 3, 4, United States Marine Corps. Come on, Brad. Big fella is, man, I just see pictures in my mind of hanging out with him. It's so cool. It's been a long time, but life is busy, but actually get to, when you sim race with people and then you actually get to like hang out with them in person, you're like, wow, this thing is big, It's bigger than just racing with people you talk to on TeamSpeak every night. We're
Absolutely.
standing in front of each other.
Sometime this month, Sam said he's going to make a trip to New York City, and plans to stop by here in New Jersey. I gotta bug him for details on that because we don't want to let that slip by the wayside.
Absolutely, you gotta hit those because it really brings it. Oh boy, watching Ken Hansen get slap happy sideways loose and save it. These guys are battling as we're talking. These guys are battling tooth and nail with just driving the car.
Meanwhile, Brad is now about to do lap 60 here. If he pits, like I said, he can make it to the end.
Take a look at the scanner. Nothing yet. But, it's pretty much, like you said, I like it. I like his strategy here. Great battle here for third place. Steve Weber beating and banging all over the 43. This is a great battle with Rick Pisconer. These guys are battling for points here too, which we haven't went over the points implications as we
big points implications last week with Slim missing race.
Well, obvious teamwork here in P1 and P2 because they're going to work together, and there definitely is nothing wrong with that. And Slim knows that Marcus is probably the faster car on the short run. And as teammates, you back it off and let your teammate get back in the draft, and then we'll race for it. That's what you do, as teammates.
Of course. Yeah, I'm guessing I must have missed Brad's pit stop somewhere along the way there, and he's off that strategy we thought he was. As he remains in 13th place, 48 seconds back. And this is our battle now. Got the 3 versus 23 and the 43 versus the 83. A lot of threes out there. And you mentioned the points. Well, Mark DeSenza is our points leader. Took a pretty solid lead after last week, winning the race with Slim missing it. So he's 26 up on Slim Jim Gately now as we run. And Dan Jones, only 1 point back of second place. They're in third, 27 back of the leader. Steve Weber in fourth place, and Rick Pisconer in fifth. So the usual suspects are all up front this week. Dan Jones is having the most struggles out of our top 5 as points, as he's currently running in 8th place, battling Ryan Johnson for the 7th spot.
Yeah,
and there's Brad Otto on pit road right now. Okay, so Brad just pitted, and he can definitely go to the finish from here.
This battle for third place with Steve Weber and Rick Pisconer is very interesting. What are they going to do when it's time to pit here? Webb, back in the monsoon racing days, You had Matt Watkins, you had Kevin Lewis.
Well,
They
it's
kind
still
of showed it,
monsoon.
but back when, the beginning, they kind of showed him the broom, I mean, like sweep the shop,
Oh my goodness.
I mean, you're going to sweep the shop and rookie, and he came from, racing the other leagues and he knew raced with Matt Watkins, but Matt was Matt, and Steve was sweeping the shop.
He's gonna.
Then he became Winston Cup champion.
Oh, he's gonna.
And he
He's
was
gonna
like,
call you out on that story one of these
I'm
days.
never. Well, exactly. That's why I'm saying it. Because I know he's gonna watch this.
You're trying to provoke him.
He was like, I'm Winston Cup champion, so here's the broom.
Yeah, plus, he's the team boss. He's the team leader over there at Monsoon. Yeah, they're currently Pops is his teammate here tonight, and then it's also got Josh Elliker on. Oh, we got caution out, and that changes everything.
That changes everything.
I think it might have been for Ed Fowler. It looks like the back end of the 05 car is significantly shorter than when he started this race.
That's going to bunch the whole field up. Everyone's going to get tires. It's going to be fair game. Let's get it on here. Tough luck for Ed Fowler. Ed was running so good. Mr. Bojangles.
Alright, I got it up here on camera 2. Looks like he was in between his teammate Will Farmer in the 2, then Dog Palmer in the 108 behind him. Come off the tunnel turn. Got a little squirrely, got it back in line, and heading into turn 3. He got a little help there, and just hard backwards into the wall, used up all sides of that car. That is heavy, heavy damage to the 05.
Yeah, looks like John got in a little hard there, and hard to say if Ed was going a little slow there.
I think Ed was going in there slower than usual because of that bobble off of the tunnel turn, but he definitely got some help going around.
Well, Ayrton Senna said if you don't see a gap and you don't go for it, you're no longer a race car driver. But I don't know if there was a gap there. So
there was not a gap, and I loved Ayrton Senna too, but that attitude got him in trouble more than a few times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ayrton Senna was, if there's such a thing as a natural, it was Ayrton Senna. He was an absolute master of car control. Slim was long in his pit stall there, had to back it up. Oh, it's going to cost him some spots.
Maybe a week off, the crew's a little bit shaky there. And Mark DeCenza will, and also will the 43, and Slim's going to come
and the
fourth or
108
fifth there. Oh my gosh.
We'll see what it sorts out. He has the first pit stall, so some of those cars
I've been there,
will drive past, but not actually be officially ahead of them. And we'll see where they line up, but I think at the very least the 3 and the 43 got around him, possibly the 108.
Before.
We'll see where he falls in, if he passes the 108 or not.
What did the 108 do? I mean,
I think that was the right side tires call.
Well, he's not, laying about. He's not going to sit there and he's going to do the best move he can do. And we got the 3 backing off. That could be a penalty for the 3. Oh my gosh.
Oh
Your
man.
leader is
We
backing
mentioned.
off.
Let's see,
And the
we're on board
longest
with Dog on his pit
3.
stop. And we'll see what Dog got there.
This is what you see.
Dog
right
got right side tires only. I just confirmed the replay there.
The motor's running, you're like, you might get a chance to grab a drink. That's about it. Great stop for Dog. Go, boy, go!
So that's going to put Rick Bisconer, again, my dark horse pick, in the lead.
These guys are fighting all the way. They're never giving up. Staying on the lead lap. Great job. Get some. They're always thinking Mark decides he's got to be crushed. Definitely got to regroup here. You got the car. You're definitely capable.
Yeah, so here's
you got plenty of laps, so I expect the 3 to do nothing but go, balls to the wall here.
Let's see where he got dinged. We're following him on his pit stop here. Watch the speed in the top center. Ooh, right around the scoring pylon, he was 56, and again after 57. Oh, he sped big time and went through quite a few pit stalls on the way to his.
Now,
you see Slim having to back up in his own stall. Just a disastrous set of pit stops for our leaders.
Oh, Slim slides in, which is harder when you're going to slide in, and he missed his stall. He backs up, but a double whammy for them guys, man, definitely. Look, here's what you can do. You can slide over that line above 55, but you got to get down to the first timing line at 55 and keep it. And you're looking down at your tack, looking up, where's my stall? Down at your tack, you look up again, who's around me? You got a lot of stuff going on right there. Then you got to nail your stop. It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy hard.
It really is. Yeah, Will Farmer texting and pitting again. He says frowny face is in 8th, so
I've got 200
7th now.
plus wins in this league, but I've got like 5,000 probably losses. It's hard. Really
Well, those are the
hard.
ones you always remember too. The ones you let slip away because of something like that.
Absolutely.
I'd say even though he's sitting P3 right now, Slim Jim Gately's in the catbird seat.
Drive by as you're out of gas is horrible.
Yeah, Slim's in the catbird seat. We're gonna have 10 to go when this restarts. Everybody can make it.
It's gonna be. Let's get some.
Slim's in a good spot, but as I mentioned at the start of this race, Rick Bisconer is very good at Pocono. He's got clean air in front of him once he gets around the tail end cars that are in front.
Cheers to all these drivers, though, all the way back throughout the field. Great hard racing, fighting for every position, 10th or 15th, whatever. I mean, and they're just not lying about, picking off wounded soldiers here. This is battling throughout the field. Great show. Get some.
Lights are out. Pace car is ready to duck off. And we're about ready to get to the conclusion of 80 laps here at Pocono.
Ryan Johnson quietly in P6 here.
Yeah, that's the brake he was looking for, but again, we don't know if he has third gear. I
Yeah,
suppose we're about to find out, aren't we?
Yeah, because that will separate the field behind him, and with the no passing rule.
Actually, it's 10 to go, so the no passing is waived.
Is off. It is, so they need to zing him. Hopefully they know that as a competitor, I'm not going to like give that information out freely, but then again, that's going to hurt you on the restart.
So we got Ken Hansen and Brad Otto out front as tail end cars.
And P2, come on, dog. Never gives up, never gives in. Disabled American veteran. He's got so many things in his life that he could bring you down, but he never gives in. He lives for this stuff. He lives for the camaraderie. He's in P2 right now. I don't care what, I mean, whatever it finishes, his heart rate's got to be pumping.
Ooh.
Oh, and he's looking down low.
So is 43 getting under the 9 car after Ken Hansen got a little loose there.
Hansen in a lap car. I'm not sure what he's doing up there with 10 to go.
Well, he was tail end, that's why.
Oh, okay, sorry. A bad.
And now he's a lap
Rick
down.
Bisconer in the lead. Don the Dog Palmer. Rick has had a way better car and great strategy, great pit stops. Can he hold off these studs? Gotta be kidding me. Come on, Rick.
Well, he likes that Slim Jim has to deal with the 108, and everybody has to deal with these lap cars as 43 clears him.
He needs a green here. Come on, son. Keep it steady.
And don't look now, but the 3 car is just cutting through the field. I wasn't looking at the right side of my screen, but
absolutely,
he is charging.
He is fighting mad right now. We know the 3, he's mellow as they come, but inside that cockpit, he's a beast.
Rick Bisconer pulling out to a big lead through turn 1.
Perfect storm for him, and just shows the evolution of Rick Bisconer throughout his short racing career compared to a lot of these guys. Just become the consummate pro and seizing opportunities. I mean, brute speed. He kind of reminds me of myself,
We got cars wrecking off the tunnel turn. 3 wide into huge wreck in turn 3. That's definitely going to bring a caution out. And 43 is sideways off 3. Coming back to line. Drag race between Dog and the 43, and wow, who got it?
Well, we gotta stay out there. Dog, fucking.
Hey.
Whoops, sorry.
The 9 car picks up his lap back. Meanwhile, looks like Rick Bisconer barely counted as leader. 0.058. Am I seeing that?
This is great stuff right here.
We are gonna get one more shot at this.
We are.
Hold on to your butts, folks. They're gonna re-rack them. And I'm gonna rewind and see just what happened there. Because the first thing I saw was something with the 8 car.
Slim up to third, Mark up to fourth. Do they have enough time?
Yeah, so here's that lap, and we're following the 8 first.
What kind of tires does Dog have here?
Well, he's got just the 2 right sides on that pit stop. You know, here we're watching the 8 was looking underneath the 55 going to the tunnel turn, backed out of it. Did he get into him? He may have had a little help, maybe? Oh, the 55, I see what happened. The 55 was slow off the corner and the 8 ran up on him quicker than he expected. So there's the 05, 55, and the 8 wrecking off turn 2.
Yeah, those guys have raced their butts off all night, clean racing. They got nothing to be, except shake hands there. Just
meanwhile,
oh my gosh,
independent of that,
they were going for it, man. I mean,
independent of that, we had this back here. They're going 3 wide into turn 3. That wasn't going to fly. 007 into the back of the 06. 31 collected. 59.
Oh, or what? Come on.
Did you see the 59 slip through there?
3 trying to make it 3 wide there, and he did. Clear. Oh my gosh. Wow. Great coverage there.
Let's get on the roof of 59. Look at him slip right through there. Woo! That is as close as you get. Then we get up to the front. Let's just go to the helicopter and see at the line. That's how close it was as Rick Pisconer got loose going through turn 3 all by himself. So that was definitely one of the more eventful laps of the night. And we aren't even done.
Oh my God. John Dog Palmer has got to be sitting there just really, when he's been in this position before, he has handled it well. He handled stress well.
And
he races the track here, so I don't see him trying to make a dive bomb on Rick here.
He wants a Friday night win, though. Everybody wants a Friday night win.
Exactly.
He's definitely as hungry as anyone for it.
But
don't look now, but look who's in 4th.
Those guys behind are like sharks in the water now. What are you going to do?
That 3 car has got himself in position again.
You don't want to see that guy mad, and he's not mad at anybody on the track. He's mad at, the mistake he made, and he's a quiet gentleman, but his teeth are grinding on that steering wheel right now. He is going to go.
Mark has essentially erased his mistake right now, because these 2 cars out front would have gotten around him anyway because of their pit strategies.
He was in the weeds,
So he's right there behind Slim.
Down to Dog Palmer, that beautiful Camaro.
Keep meaning to ask Ed Finley if he has that template, because Dog's looking for it again. So Ed, if you're watching the broadcast now or tuning back in later, hook Dog up if you got that one, okay? Ed's a painter like me, so he hoards things.
Absolutely. If it wasn't for guys like you, we'd be driving blank cars,
Painters like us, we don't delete anything, ever.
Well, that's the thing you get if you want to get in sim racing. A guy like me who is computer illiterate, And we got
you're here, aren't you?
Ed Fowler here in the.
Well, I figured I'd come up here and finish this out with you guys.
Heck yeah! let's get it on, man. Great run tonight. Tough,
Yeah, it
tough
didn't
luck,
didn't quite
bro.
go the way you were looking for, though. I'm afraid.
My Friday night woes continue.
Yeah, you got that Rick Mast and Greg Sachs kind of luck, right?
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. One night I'll get everything together. How are you guys doing? How's everybody out there in
We're doing
Extreme
great.
World?
This is yeah, that was an eventful lap there. Sorry for your part in it, but I had a lot to cover there in just 2 corners.
Absolutely, and watch the broadcast. You did a great job. And these guys are shivering me timbers right now. They're going to go green with a couple laps to go here, and man, Ed, you're right in the mix there, man. Great run with the Bojangles car, man. Awesome.
Well, I appreciate it. We had a good about mid-race. There was 4 of us that were just racing hard. I don't know if you guys caught
Absolutely,
any of
yeah.
that.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, we saw that.
But kind of screwed up a pit stop. I slid in and was only able to get 2 right side tires, and that really hurt. It is what it is.
Okay,
Yeah, I was saying that in the lead-in too, that it's pretty easy to, even though these pit boxes are huge, they're not well marked being a stock track, and it's pretty easy to slide long, stop short, or even not get left side tires, because even though it looks like you're far enough off the wall, it's not counting you as such. I've had that happen. I had that happen to me once, and it turned out that I almost won the race because of it, because I wasn't planning on taking 2, but I took 2 and ended up in the lead. And lights are off on the pace car. I've got the onboard camera, the roof camera, Mark DeSenza on the inset there, picture-in-picture, and main camera there on your leaders. John the Dog Palmer and the 43 Rick Musconer, and Slim Jim and Mark are. They're going to have 3 laps to figure out a way around these guys.
And you were just in this race. You're right in this mix here. You're battling with Dog, and now Dog has the track position you could have had. Barring, with 2 tires here. It's got to be crazy for him right now, huh?
Oh yeah, he's going to be sweating. He's got Slim behind him, and DeSenza came all the way from the back, so it's going to be wild.
Absolutely.
Yeah, DeSenza was charging through that. And
there he goes.
He goes to the inside. 10-lap rule in effect again. There's only, I guess, 4 to go, actually, I should have said.
Dog defends low, and you got the 23 up high. That's exactly what Piscotty wants.
Yeah, Dog is, he's got that Ryan Newman type of, I'm not going to let you have the spot mentality.
Why not? I mean, I got a chance to get on the podium here. Oh, but he gets forced outside. Good driving by him.
He's hanging on with those 2 tires, just they're not going to do the trick.
That's still great driving right there. Could have been selfish, and he was not. Yeah, he realized I'm beat here. Here we go.
Rick Musconer is a sitting duck.
And that guy in the 3 is pretty good.
Quack, quack, here comes the 3. Now he's just going to blow by him.
Oh my gosh.
He is on a mission.
Wow. Chris, this
108 continues
for a long time. He's pretty good. Yeah.
108 just continues to fall through the field with that parachute deployed. The 2 tires, they caught up with him.
Still a great strategy for him, and got a lot of TV time for Thor Dog there.
Absolutely. Meanwhile,
That's the race.
Rebounds.
Not over with.
Come on, Rick! Come on!
It's not, Ed, you're right, it's not over. And he's still got to fend off Slim Jim, and he's going to be looking for a way to get back around the 3 car. Meanwhile, your rebounders of the night are the 59 of Ryan Johnson, who was out in the weeds most of the night and sitting there P5, and Will Farmer, who has rearranged the rear end of that car, but he is hanging tough in P6.
Mark is just not a guy that's going to make a mistake. I could jinx him right now, but this guy, well, he's in the lead right now. He's just going to zing these guys. Well, here
23
comes
looking
the
inside the 43.
What the heck doing? Oh,
Slim's coming up.
come on, come on.
You got TG Reese in the mix too. You know, he's looking for a podium spot.
Great
And
run by the 53.
Slim is not clear by 3, and the door is slammed. 2 to go. Blocking is now legal. We're about to take the white flag, and Rick Visconer, does he have anything for the 3? White flag in the air.
Mark is just executed like we saw in the in-car with Slim. Slim is having to battle the 43s. There's going to be a battle back to the line. They come up close. Almost touch, but don't. Great driving there. Here comes T.G. Reese down on the bottom.
He's got to back it up before turn 3. He didn't. Yeah.
Great job.
He's not in the points. He didn't want to mess up Rick Visconer, who
Absolutely.
very much is alive in the points.
Oh, Slim just did a slide job in front of the 43 there.
Well, here comes Ryan Johnson on the outside. Inside, he can't make the pass. Coming to the line.
And
Oh,
Durocket
what a
Descenza once
great
again first to the
run.
checker. Slim Jim second. Rick Visconer brings it
You
home
don't know
third.
how good that guy is, because the rest of these guys are really good. Just a wow. That's that guy. Mama, there goes that man.
Yeah, TG Reese brings it home fourth. Ryan Johnson, again, a nice recovery to bring it home fifth. Will Farmer also, you know, sticking it out. Tough track. I know he was struggling to learn here. Bringing it home sixth tonight. Nothing to be ashamed of. Dave Simons had himself up front parts of the night, but ends up in seventh. Steve
You know,
Weber
all
eighth in the
those
83.
guys,
John Palmer
yeah,
falls all the way
great
to
drive.
ninth on those 2 tires. Bill Farmer in the 06 rounds out your top 10. You got Pops Marguson 11th, Dino Francesconi 12th. Brad Otto never quite got that strategy to work out in his favor, but he gave it his shot. Brings it home 13th.
All those guys like that dog, you know, I mean, they took their shots, and then when they were beat, great professional racing right there.
Absolutely. Evan Castle brings the 55 home 14th. Ken Hansen, first car lap down in 15th. 007 retired after that last turn 3 wreck. That's going to knock him further back in the points, though, with a 16th place finish. The 05 Ved Fowler joining us up here in the booth, also after that wreck. He brings it home 17th. Didn't see what happened to Sam Young. Sammy retired there. 98 car in 18th. 101 of Jeff Habek. Another rough night. He's going to be going under the knife soon. I think this is his last week of racing for a while, so we'll miss you, Jeff. Definitely keep in touch, and we're sending good thoughts your way for a speedy recovery.
Yeah, just starting his career, he's got nothing but upside. Great character. That's, you know, I mean, this is pro racing, you know.
Yeah, and Ed Finley in the
Baby
80
steps.
brings it home 20th. Also retired, 51 laps down, but apparently still in the server as his name is lit up white on the standings. So there's your top 20, and once again your winner, Mark Descenza. Want to go round him up there, Milty?
Yes, sir.
All right, fellas, I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a great night. Appreciate what you guys do.
All right, thanks for checking in, Ed, and once again, congrats
Thanks,
on a long law enforcement
Right.
career. Enjoy that retirement and whatever the next chapter is, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks for your service.
All right, guys. Thanks.
All right, well, Milty's going on down to grab those guys, and so yeah, we looked like we were settled in for a runaway there, and those guys had to end up working for it. But once again, the cream rises to the top is Slim Jim, and okay, I'm not going to get the picture. Oh well. Slim Jim and the Rocket put on the show to the finish again. Brad Otto checking in. Thanks there, Brad. Man, I thought you had something cooking there on the fuel strategy as he checks in from the YouTube chat. I thought maybe you had a strategy where you could snooker him on fuel if it went green all the way. Just didn't quite work out your in the way you were looking for it there. Where are we next week? Let me check the schedule, see what we got cooking for next week here at FSB. As we'll just have 4 races left in this season 32 of the Winston Cup series. And once again, FSB has been going since 2003, the year this sim was released. This is our 15th anniversary year. We're about to wrap up here. Still going strong, and if you guys want to, out there watching us, want to come join us, just drop us an email at fsbracing.com. Could be you we're talking to on the podium one of these nights. Sam Young checking in, our league boss. Made too many embarrassing mistakes. Man, Rocket is bad fast. Well, yes, that's why we call him DeRocket, but can't imagine what embarrassing mistakes he made there, Sammy. If you did, we didn't catch him on camera except for one little wall banger, which, come on, everybody does at Pocono once in a while. I know it's not your favorite track, but you gave it a run. Alright, I'm getting the Winston Cup schedule up here on my phone. We can see where we are next week. And we are at... We're going to be at New Hampshire next week. Flat tracking it. That could be an interesting one, too. I think we made a good race of it last time. Oh, Sam says, woot woot. Very glad about that. Yeah, Sam likes New Hampshire. He's one of those weird people who actually likes that track. I wouldn't mind taking it off the schedule and bulldozing it. But I'm glad it'll make Sam happy, and that's what we strive for here at FSB. It's all about making Sam happy. After Rockingham on the 16th of November, after New Hampshire on the 16th of November, we'll be at Rockingham, one of my personal favorite tracks. And that Rockingham revamped 2012 we run. It's a beautiful version of it. Big tire wear track. Yes, Milt is taking his sweet time. Well, drinking some beers and shooting the breeze with our top 3 finishers there. After Rockingham on the 30th, Black Friday there. No, not Black Friday. The week after. We'll take the week off for Thanksgiving between Rockingham and Dover. As Dover will be our 11th race on November 30th, and then close it out on Pearl Harbor Day there, December 7th, Homestead, for the championship. Yeah, Will, kick his butt back up here for me, come on. I'm sitting here reading the schedule for Phil. Coming up, we'll also have the Black Friday 300 open to anybody, not just members here at FSB. So come on over to check us out on Facebook to sign up for that. Come over to the website at fsbracing.com. Again, anybody's welcome. Shake off your turkey coma and run 300 miles at Talladega in the Grand National 1969 mod. All right. My partner has gathered up our podium finishers here. Take it away, Milty.
Wow, what a great race. Words cannot explain. I mean, battles all through the field. All battling there. Mark, did you have both hands on the wheel with your teeth gritting? Oh my God, I'm gonna drive my way through the field because that's what you did, you know.
Well, it wasn't that easy, but I got a couple of lucky breaks, got a caution there, but the I got the AOLL, was setting the lucky dog up, and I wasn't paying attention to my speed, and I got a penalty. So.
Oh, you don't set that out on pit road.
No, I know,
you
but
don't do that.
I know, I was just, I don't know what I was doing, but I just thought I was doomed to even get a top 10, but was able to come through the field.
Well,
Nice comeback.
People don't realize you're fighting for a championship, and you're also adminning, so which takes a lot of work, So sometimes those things happen, but
Yeah.
then you just drove away. We've been racing each other for a long time. Yeah, nothing new that I've seen, but
It was
wow.
just one. I should have just waited, and I look up, and I was doing like 57 or 8, and I said, "Uh-oh, please don't get me." But they did, and we got that caution there a few to go there, and that kind of helped. And got Slim on the start there, so that helped too. Then trying to pass him with 2 to go because he was fast.
Awesome, and I see you've also got the points updated already, and I've got them up on the screen. You see Mark is sitting in a pretty comfortable, with 4 races to go, 30-point lead over Slim Jim Gately there. And Rick Pisconer holding on to 3rd place, actually moves up 2 spots tonight, 39 points back. Real tight through the top 5 is Steve Weber, 41 back, Dan Jones, 45, and Ryan Johnson in striking distance of the top 3 as well, only 52 points back. So plenty of racing left, and anything can happen as we go down the stretch, but you gotta be feeling good about defending here, huh, Mark?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. I mean, I'd rather have a 30-point lead than be 30 behind.
Absolutely.
Then, of course, if I'm racing Slim, 3 points behind is, makes you nervous. So, but yeah, it's just, hopefully I can make the rest of the races.
All right, well, we'll bribe your boss, and congrats again, and good luck down the road. Meanwhile, Slim gave it all you had there. A little problem on that pit stop as well at the end, and looked like Mark's penalty was going to work in your favor.
Oh man, no.
Tell us about your run there, man.
Yeah, congrats to Mark. Definitely great race, dude, and had fun racing Rick. Man, that was some tough stuff here at the end. I'm a little frustrated with myself because that last restart, I just totally forgot about the backstretch rule. That we don't do it in the last 10 laps. And I had a good run going, and I backed off thinking I got to wait to the backstretch before I can pass. And next thing I know, Mark's coming up on the side of me.
No.
I'm like, oh, I gave the race away right there because there's no way I was going to get back around him. Yeah, so just a little frustrated. And but I mean, other than that, I mean, I did have a few little mishaps there in the pits. I clipped the wall a couple times, got some damage. Got them fixed both times under green, and still managed to do all right. So I'm happy with 2nd.
Yeah, we saw that. It was, and that's you've raced here so long that rule has changed, and sometimes in the heat of the battle, you forget.
It's like I told Ron a while ago. I've got 1,000 races in this league. Probably can't pass to the backstretch, and it's just etched in my brain, and I just didn't think about it.
I'm glad I remembered.
I'm glad it's with 10 to go though, because that I just associate with the 10-lap rule that was already in place, and that's just in addition to that. But still, all in all, a great run, good recovery coming back up through the field, and meanwhile, Rick, thought you were going to steal this one. Man, tell us about your run there and what your strategy was down the stretch.
Great strategy run. Solid racing there.
Last restart, I looked back there and saw Slim.
We're losing you, Rick.
Oh,
I think you broke up.
I said on that last restart, I looked back and I could see Slim was licking his lips, so thinking dead meat here.
Well, that's crazy, looking through the mirror. That's some great vision.
Well, I know this is one of your best tracks. I've raced with you pretty hard here before, and I know what you can do around this place. But did you take 2 or 4 tires on that last stop?
I got 4.
You got 4, so you just picked up the spots through the pit miscues of of the other cars around you. Okay.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was,
Job,
it was
Mark.
Heck of a run,
Job,
though,
Slim.
Rick.
That was-
You were fast.
it really was, and
Well,
I
it's
had you as
status
my
quo.
backup pick.
Uh-oh, that's why, Rick. That's what happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jinxed.
I picked
It's pretty
Slim.
much status quo for Rick, though.
I picked
he's
Slim so that
definitely-
the sleeper pick could be Rick, and well, I thought him.
Also, you
thought he
do
was gonna
both
prove
of
wrong.
us.
That's what I was saying. I said probably going to be Slim, but the sleeper pick to keep an eye on would be Rick, and
Well,
he didn't disappoint. Gave it a great run.
on that last restart, I did smile at Slim when we took the green. As
He
it
was going
by.
He was saying, I should have told Slim, but no, let me go and beat him.
And good job to my teammate Ryan Johnson. He kind of struggled this race with everything, and he managed to come home fifth. So,
By the way,
good
do you
job
know?
to him.
Did he lose a gear? We were wondering.
I'm not sure. I wasn't down the team. I
Don't
don't
think so.
really know, but he kind of struggled with the setup or whatever, or just the track. But to bring it home in fifth, that was a hell of a job by him.
Yeah, well, we saw in the in car led us to believe that he was missing third gear because
Okay, actually, he messaged me here in TeamSpeak because he never lost a gear. He's just breaking the draft. He likes to do it here at Indy. Okay.
he was leading the race there.
Well, he wasn't at that time. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that strategy because it seems like you're taking a longer route around the track and using more fuel.
The Pro Cup cars with more horsepower, like Rick Johnson, he does that a lot, to save fuel. But
Yeah, I've never liked that one because it couldn't possibly put you in a bad spot going into turn one. But it all worked out. He recovered from some adversity there to bring it home fifth. So good
Keep
run,
televising
everybody.
races. I've had some good luck.
I know it's getting to be a broken record here. Congratulating Mark DeCenza. You guys gotta step it up and beat this guy.
Easier said than done.
Got to be
yeah,
lucky too.
exactly.
Got to have some luck. I mean, that when I got that EOLL, I figured my race was over, and as far as a good finish, and I just said, well, let me stay focused, and went 3 wide there once, and a bunch of cars got gaggled up, but all in all, it's I'll take it. I would have took it second or third.
I know. I felt really bad when he got that speeding penalty.
Yeah, I know you were definitely your heart was bleeding for him there. I think I heard your mom cheering on that one.
Yeah, like
Oh, she
He's
don't
got a
like me.
chance now.
She
don't like
was tuned
me.
in. She was tuned in. She said he gave it a good run, and you're gonna get one for her one of these times.
Slim, you told me you weren't. Oh God, she's gonna call me probably.
I know she's
already
gonna
gave her
have
your
some
number.
choice words for you,
Oh,
Mr.
boy.
DeCenza.
I won't do it again.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And on that fib, we'll call it a night, guys.
Good job,
thank-
Sean.
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah,
Great
thanks again for
broadcast,
joining us
everyone.
here.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, great job, Mark, Slim, Rick,
Thank you.
our podium finishers there. We see you sneaking in there, Will. Good job sticking with it and bringing that home sixth, the beat up car.
Thank you. I'm just here to listen.
As always,
great
thanks to my
for a
partner
race.
here, Milt Minter Jr., joining us
Thank
every
you.
Friday night to help
How many miltisms?
bring us. I forgot to load the counter before we got started.
I'm sure there was many.
There was many. He kept doing the Bond thing.
Nice.
Yeah, that one might be played out for a couple weeks now, Milty. You might want to put that on the shelf.
Well, why should I stop?
Anyway, for Milt Minter Jr. and all of FSB Racing, I'm Sean Reap, signing off. Thanks for joining.